money. Batati mama wa iwani. Molaki mommy gone. Panty. Molaki mommy ju. Odi dada ko Jeremie. Odi dada ko Jeremie. Odi dada ko gumoto. Odi dada obara gumoto. Odi dada ko gumoto.
Good morning. I like to listen and watch this boy, about 12 years old, I guess, an orphan. He is sleeping on the street, and he was discovered by a private TV station, and the boy has such a talent, and now people are discovering about him. Some people are coming forward to help him. But I'm touched. You can be touched by the story of this boy because there are many millions of them like that in Africa. And because our leaders, they don't do what they're supposed to do. That's what brings me today to talk about my country of Ivory Coast. And I'm so disappointed in my government. I'm so disappointed in Alassane Ouattara. Alassane Ouattara wasn't qualified to run for president. And the ex-president Laurent Gbagbo uses the power of the president, uses the power of the constitution to exceptionally allow him to run as president. After the first term, which had no election, Ouattara ran and controlled the election to do a second term. According to the constitution of my country, the constitution of Côte d'Ivoire, you can do only 2 terms, 5 years each. However, after 10 years on power, Alassane Ouattara decided to do a 3rd term in violation of the constitution on the bloodshed of citizens of Ivory Coast. And since then, corruption in Côte d'Ivoire is the worst in Africa. Poverty is at the highest level. The state advised that when you go to Ivory Coast, you need to be careful. And this government does not like that you speak up against it. You can be arrested, you can be tortured, you can go to prison, you can get killed. But the same government, at the same time, every day, do things that are unspeakable. And I am so disappointed in this regime. Now, a few days ago, this is unthinkable. A few days ago, a man of God was preaching, and the government sent police officer during the service to arrest the man of God. And do you know what is the crime of the man of God? Because he spoke out to denounce injustice. He spoke out to say that poverty among the police officer is not a good thing. That the president of the country need to do something. The police officer in Côte d'Ivoire are making 180,000, but it isn't safer. Let's put it in dollar sense. That will be in dollar. That will be the police officer in Ivory Coast makes $300 a month. So the man of God was speaking against that. You know, he was also speaking in the previous statement, speaking about other men of God, false men of God, who are not doing what God called them to do. That is his crime. But putting aside the fact that he's a man of God, if you want to arrest a citizen who is not a terrorist, who is not a murderer, I mean, you send people to his house, and that is when he does not respond to the summon. You guys don't send him a summon, and you just show up at the service to arrest him while he was live on video. It's a shame. And this is somebody who wants to do a fourth term in 2025. No, enough is enough. Because as a Christian, I feel violated myself. Even if it's not my church, even if it's a church 1,000 miles away. But for the government to violate the hotel of a church, I mean, where can we hide? How can we speak up? The Constitution is violated. People are violating their right. Now you're violating the church. I am so disappointed in my government. And this is not acceptable. And we will continue to speak out about it.